Hello, and welcome to another video from the YouTube channel, From Religion to Agnostic. Sabtah was a son of Cush, the eldest son of Ham, who was a son of Noah, the patriarch of the flood. His family is listed in the Genesis table of nations found in the Holy Bible in Genesis 10 and 1 Chronicles 1. Nothing else is known about his family. Genesis narrative. 6 And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. 7 And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabtah, and Rama, and Sabtechah, and the sons of Rama, Sheba, and Dedan. 8 And Cush begat Nimrod, he began to be a mighty one in the earth. 9 He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. 10 And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. 11 Out of that land went forth Asshur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. 12 And Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. Okay, and so like I've stated before, many of these people there is little info on. And I believe that this is why. There are a number of inconsistencies in the genealogical lists of chapter 10, often referred to as the Table of Nations because the names are used eponymously by their authors to designate various geographies and/or ethnicities. These inconsistencies result from the fact that the Table of Nations incorporates material from both J and P. In other words, chapter 10 is a mishmash of JP material. P's genealogy includes verses 1 through 7, 20, 22 and 23, and 31 and 32, and J's verses 8 through 19, 21, and 24 through 30. This in itself explains the two different renditions of Cush's offspring, a confusion which stems from the fact that there were apparently two different traditions concerning the geographical location of Cush, in Ethiopia or in Mesopotamia. After providing us with the geographical dispersion of Cush's children Seba, Havilah, Sabtah, Rama, and Sabtechah, 10:7 equals P's Toldath is then interrupted by an insertion of J material. J's brief remarks about Nimrod, and Cush fathered Nimrod, 10:8. This allows for the inclusion of J's genealogical stories about Babylon, Assyria, and the Philistines and Canaanites, 10:10 through 19. This material accentuates a theme present throughout J's primeval history, an interest in beginnings especially representative of the emergence and continuation of civilizations, and by extension human violence here alluded to in the story of Nimrod and the founding of the Babylonian kingdom. Most likely this J material is but a fragment of what was originally there in the J source prior to the editorial cut and paste job, which left us with the current text's brief mention of the great Nimrod. If J's narrative is removed, however, P's genealogical list of Noah's sons flows unbroken and continuous from 10:2 through 7 to 10:22, and, contrary to J's negative and violent portrait of early humanity, P's list is presented as evidence of the fulfillment of the divine blessing, be fruitful and multiply. And Japheth's children were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Yawan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. And Gomer's children were Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. And Yawan's children were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. 10:2 through 4. And Ham's children were Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. And Cush's children Seba, Havilah, Sabtah, Rama, and Sabtechah. And Rama's children were Sheba and Dedan. 10:6 through 7. And Shem's children were Elam, Asshur, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. And Aram's children were Uzi, Hul, Gether, and Mash. 10:22 through 23. With respect to the descendants of Joktan, J's list consists of geographies associated with southern Arabia, which lends further support to the claim that the southern kingdom was the place of composition for J. The Havilah mentioned here, cross-reference Genesis 25:18, as with Cush, derives from the tradition which sees these locales as belonging to southern Arabia and Ethiopia. This accounts for the two different fathers of Havilah and Sheba mentioned by our two different sources. Thus, the discrepancies in the current form of the text are predominantly explained by recognizing the two sources which make up the genealogical list of the Table of Nations, and which were woven together at a later date. Alrighty, and that will do it for this video. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day, and be safe. If you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing, as well as hitting the like and sharing would help out a lot. Thank you all, and may the gods guide you in your journey. Stay blessed.